Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and this is Captain of Industry. We are playing the update 3 and we're having a lot of fun. Ship modifications have been completed. So now I think the ship can go further. We need to load crew if we want to test that out. Anyway, we've done some modifications, but we haven't done quite a lot more. If I have, well, let's leave the crew in there for now. Let's do the other ship modifications first before we do a little bit more of that. Now, what I want to do is move these things. I want to copy them there and then move them probably where? Well, in this area, in this general area. So if we flip them like that and we do, are we running? Yeah, we're going to run a bit of a road through here. So if we wanted to do this, I guess we'll leave them, we'll do that, put them in there, okay? And then get ourselves another kind of vehicle, kind of small ramp along that same line, right? What are we saying? It's 3 away from that side, right? So 3 away from that side. Probably we want to do it something like this, right? And then run it through here and into there. Okay, so I guess that's the plan. So let's get some pipes going. Pipes, please. What kind of pipe are we talking about? Can we do pipe number 2, please? Actually, how much does one of these things produce? 48. So we'd only need pipe 1s to a point where we join into pipe 2. So maybe we'll do pipe 2 from, let's say, over here. And run pipe 2 up there and in there, right? Okay. So we'll do that. And then we'll do some pipe 1s. And we'll do some pipe 1s like there. And we'll do some pipe 1s over there. So between all of them, they should fill up that one. And the idea is that, okay, let's get moving on all of this stuff. It's more of the movement of stuff at the moment that we're doing. Then we'll clean this one out. We'll run this one up here and run it in there so that we create a little bit more room. We may also have a little slither come off this way. So we just add a little bit more water into this mix. So we may want to do that. So let us at the same time do a little actually, no. Actually, not at all what we want to do. So let's cancel this one. Not quite the plan. And what we'll do is we'll go in here, up there, all the way, all the way, and maybe up to there, right? Okay, so we'll do that, and please come and build this, please. That's the plan. So go ahead, build all of that as we can get this stuff to come in. Please build it all. And then we can kind of demolish this one when we're ready. I'll just do a little... what the hell? Can we get a pipe? Oh, hang on. We get a pipe 1 to just run in there as well, please. And this one I'll just pay for that. I'm not sure that can necessarily get in there. So once you build all of this stuff, we will clear this out so that we can potentially make some room for some more stuff to come in this way, right? We need more potato farms at the very least. I think those are kind of okay for now, but a couple of extra potato farms in here could be quite useful for us. Just 2 of them. Oh, this guy is not gonna... We'll have to go around or something. We'll see. Maybe... I'm not sure about the long side. We'll have to look. We'll have to look and see. Maybe this is not quite the plan. Okay, they're all built. So they should be running. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and clean out the rest of this. Okay. So getting rid of all of that. And this guy should be filling up, right? right? You should be moving water through, right? Is this working? Not working. Yeah, it is working. So you should be filling all of these things up, right? This guy should be getting water. Oh, hang on. We have an issue. Flip it. Flip it. Oh my goodness. Flip it, flip it. Get it there. These guys are full. Yeah, okay. So easy to mess these things up. So easy. Still have tons of water trying to flow out in certain directions. Okay, good. So that's fine. So that gives us a little bit more room here. Now we need to have a quick look at a farm. Okay, so if we go farms, right? Farms. We can do irrigated farms. We don't have the upgraded farms just yet. I guess irrigated farms is the one that we're wanting to talk about. If we do an irrigated farm right here, wow, that actually gives us a nice little time point. We give a little bit more room. This actually looks like it's actually made to be here. If we did one there and we flipped it around, you just see what would we do here. Yeah, I guess it's a little. It should be okay, right? Let's test it. If we did that, crude oil storage is low. So what I'm getting at is we want this. If we did that. What? How come? Oh, you can't pass that thing? Of course you should. Okay, so with that one in place, can we please tie into this? There we go. So now we can bring potatoes in from over here, run it along that way, and then just easily tie it over there. That's really easy. We'll just run it up to here. No, go back up to there, underneath there. Try and run it in there, right? And then you basically need to go over and into this one. Okay, so with that in mind, we can quickly go and build up some of this stuff. This should have water. The next water supply, however, is all the way down over here. So we might just bring a little bit of water underneath through this way. I'm kind of tempted to move that one there. This whole thing is a bit of a mess, to be honest. We need to clean this entire thing up a little bit. So let's start off with some water on this side. Just one of them. I'll pay for that. Well, Unity that, and I'll Unity this one, so that we can get this one built. And what we'll do is we'll also Unity some of these belts, right? Beautiful. So Unity those belts for us so that we can get this one set up. Now, what are we after here? We are after potatoes and then a bit of a stop, right? So that's effectively all we're going to do. It's just another batch of potatoes that's going to come in from this side to help support our activities a little bit. Lots of stuff kind of linked up to a lot of our water storages and the likes. Okay, so that's good. Is it the best? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's try. Okay, so what I'm keen on doing is continuing this path, right? So let's do this. I want to just make sure we've got this path in place. back there. I'll do this one because I think that's also appropriate. And we'll do the other to this path through to about there, right? And we'll fill that in, and we can let the sun start to we'll have to go a bit of that, see how that looks. Okay, so let's do that a little more of this clean. This is how it works. So we should start to see the potatoes make its way into that area. What I would like to do is clean up this one. It's a little bit clean up that I want to do. So let's do this. I'm going to leave this thing in place here because we're just doing a little pipe for it. This pipe can set it up a little. Okay, so with that in mind, we want to put a new pipe. That please, and we'll grab ourselves a new pipe. Yeah, so we're not going to really have a good spot for it, right? So it's going to be a little convoluted out this way. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to get my vehicle ramp in place here as well. Oh, not necessarily. It's actually in the way. Okay, hang on. Let's can I do that? Do this one. And we'll do that, right? Okay. So what I want to do is grab the vehicle. No, try and like that, similar to the other one. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll redo the pipe. So the pipe is a little bit in the way, really. Okay, so there we go. So all of that's in place. So let's we'll need to build all of this stuff because I think things might be a little bit challenging for us for a minute there. And what I would like to do is, can I remove this surface? So not that one. I want to remove these two. And what we'll ultimately do is we'll just continue up to here. So at least we've got all of that kind of fairly uniform to create our own pathways. Similarly, we may just want to extend that up to there, and we'll then find ourselves a little bit of a path to go up this way as well. Okay, so I guess that's the kind of the cleanup component done. Oh, the piece that is, however, missing here is we don't have a way of getting water to this guy without adding potentially another thing in there. But for now, I think we're okay, right? Let's keep a little bit of an eye on it, but I think we're getting there. One control tower has no designations. Okay, so we have cleared out this one. Okay, good stuff. So we can obviously continue to dig into some of those things over there, but I'm kind of tempted to move its area to this space here, right? I just want to do something like this, right? And then we want to move that entire area. Something like that. So this was kind of the plan. Can we potentially clean this up a little bit after the fact here? I think that's the idea, right? So that one now is going there. So this, I think this. Okay, so that's been removed, right? So there's some mining stuff there that they want to do. Okay. Over here, we've got crude oil, but we need to really have a look at planning out the next version of this. So that is our next step. So I'm going to start doing a bit of planning for that right now. This is all looking really good. We've got the extra food stuff that's going to slowly start to fill this up a little bit more. Hopefully that's going to be sufficient for the time being. I don't think food is a crisis point for us. We are doing some final stuff over here, the reforming and cracking side of things. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the oil refinery and distillation kind of processes. So what do we have? With stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So at the moment, we only have stage 1 and stage 2. So stage 1 does crude oil, 60 crude oil into medium oil and heavy oil, plus some sour water. And then stage 2 takes the heavy oil. It's heavy oil, right? Medium oil. Takes the medium oil and creates diesel from it and brings out from it light oil as well. And then now stage 3 will take the light oil and create naphtha from it and fuel gas as well. Okay, so and the fuel gas plus oxygen can create some diesel as well with a cracking unit and some other bits and pieces. So it's a bit of a convoluted piece. So what are we going? 60 into 48, 48 into 30, and then 30. So we need 1111. Okay? So let's quickly have a bit of a look. So if we want to plan it out, so we kind of have this straight setup already, but the idea is that I want to, I want to try and build a bit of a line of it to make sure that we've got everything kind of running on one side, really. So if we say crude oil in, okay, and then we need the medium oil to kind of come out. Okay, if we do that, let's see if that can work straight away. And then we do this guy, and we say it's got multiple options, but basically we want to bring that guy out here. Okay, so inputs. Is it smart to stack it like that, or do we want to keep a little bit of room? I guess it's probably better for us to keep a little bit of room. We're not that that set on the space. So if we do that, we can always feed it in a little bit more, right? So we'll do that. We'll grab another one like so. We can tie that together. The single pipes there should be okay. Can we, if we wanted to at a later stage, can we add a pipe to it? Yeah, we can. Okay. So that is okay. So that's something we can do. Then from there, we're going to export diesel. So we need some pipes to run on this side, right? So the idea is really that on this side, we're going to run one pipe. Yeah. Do that. Then we're going to go up to the next level. Right? We're not going to do that. And we're going to run another pipe. Okay. And then we're going to go up to the next level. Okay. And then we're going to run one more pipe. Okay. So maybe something like that as a starting point. That gives us room to tie some stuff in there, right? So if we said maybe the diesel into the bottom, so it's an easy one for us. And then this one into the, into the second level. Right, something like that. Yeah, that's fine. And then, a mind control tower has no designations. Okay, we'll have a bit of a look at that in a minute. And then maybe that one straight to the top, right? So that's on the one side. On the other side, we would be running another stretch of 2 pipes because we want steam and sour water to be running out that way. And potentially we need naphtha to go somewhere as well. So let's just start off with another set of pipes, basically. Forget about the tying in. And we want one there. Okay. Then we go up a level and we go another one there. Okay, and that kind of gives us steam and sour water, basically. And we can flip it and all these kind of things. I think we'll keep steam at the bottom just because we've got so many of them. Okay, and then we want to do sour water to the top. Okay, so that's basically our setup right there. We do need naphtha to go into something, right? So naphtha, if we want to have a look at this guy. So this guy's producing naphtha, but naphtha can do what? Hang on, let's just, before we get into this, the mining control tower has nothing to do. What is your area? Oh, yeah, this one here. Have we, so I guess we finished this one. Just have a look. If we have, yeah, we have cleared that out pretty quickly and effectively to get that to work. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so this mining control tower now needs to start probably digging out some more stuff for us over here. We want to try and level a lot of this stuff, right? I guess. Do we have any other areas that's not level? I mean, we've got these areas here, but the rest of this is pretty level, to be honest. I mean, we can come and level in here a little bit more. Really, the big ticket item for us is to try and level out. Through here, right? Some lots of rock and stuff that needs to be kind of taken out there. So let's just move that control area. So let's say edit that area, grab it. That's not quite what I had in mind. So we'll want the entire area to just be moved over here, really. So if we do something like this, that gives us a little bit of an area there, right? Okay, so hopefully that means they can go and dig out that stuff, get a little bit more room moving over there. So I guess all of this stuff is ready to go, working its way through, getting us some more food to come out this way. We'll keep maybe expanding on that a little bit. Okay, so that's it there. So crude oil is a little bit low, but I think we're still in a reasonable position. Yeah, all of this is running, and yeah, that's okay. Those alerts we're working on those. Now, I want to go to recipes and see about naphtha. So if we look at naphtha, right? So from naphtha, we're adding sulfur and we're creating rubber. And I think that is effectively the process that we're after. So basically, one of these naphthas will be running 2 rubber makers for us. Okay. 2 rubber makers. And we have fuel gas, which also needs to do something. So I need to have a bit of a look at that. So anyway, so naphtha will go into rubber making. That's the only thing, really. We could do water and naphtha and create steam. Okay, so we can do a boiler with naphtha. There's another mining designation issue. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Naphtha and chlorine gives us plastic. Naphtha and steam high gives us fuel gas. This is the one we want. The cracking unit has just finished. Okay, so that is the one we want. This is actually the one we want because that's a direct flow in there. It gives us more fuel gas that goes back into that process. So give me the cracking unit. Can we please have the cracking unit to do the naphtha, and then we'll have hydrogen, which is okay. So give me the cracking unit. And I guess it's not necessarily going to line up very nicely with our setup here, but we can do the naphtha directly that way and then put more fuel gas out of the system. So if we were to say do something like this, right? And we put the naphtha in. No. We want to put the naphtha in directly like that. We are going to just say it's this one, please. Right, so with that one in there, naphtha's in there, but steam wants to be on the other side. Okay, so let's redo this. Let's cut this one out. Just cut it out. Okay. So if we were to turn it a little bit like this, steam in. Okay, hang on. We're going to try this one more time. If we did this, right, and we... No, that's not the one. Cracking unit, please. Try that again. The cracking unit, pop it down, give it a recipe. Naphtha into fuel gas. Okay, that's fine. So fuel gas, we want to potentially come out on this side. Naphtha in on that side. So we do want to turn it around. Okay. So if we rotate it, that's what we're kind of after. But can we also flip it? I don't think that's the plan. I think that's okay. That is actually okay. That is okay. We can do that. Okay, we can do that. So let's do this. We cut this guy and bring it a little bit closer. Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to have to be something like this, right? And then we tie that one in over there. We'll continue this piping system. Give me upper level. There we go. Okay. So presumably we want hydrogen to either be just vented or something else, right? And then fuel gas. I didn't quite pick up which one is fuel gas. I guess it's this one that's doing fuel gas. So fuel gas will be in the middle. So then we can tie in fuel gas over there, and then fuel gas can be used somewhere else where there's going to be a completely different process to kind of sort out fuel gas, right? So if we go upper level, we want to tie that in. Yep. And then upper level and tie that in. No. Do that. Okay. So now we can tie in fuel gas into the middle there. Okay. So now we've got fuel gas there. We can certainly look at tying in some stuff on this side as well. That one ties in there. And then we do need to have a look. So at the moment, hydrogen is potentially a vent item for us. So we'll need to have a little bit of a look at that. So now, what do we do with fuel gas? So let's quickly go and have a look at the recipes for fuel gas. So go fuel gas recipe. So fuel gas should be able to turn into diesel as well, right? Yeah, consumption of fuel gas plus oxygen gives us diesel. Okay, so what do we have? We've got the two processes creating fuel gas. We've got 12 plus 24. So we've got 36 fuel gas. And this one takes 36 fuel gas into another cracking unit that then runs into more diesel and water, but we also need to add some oxygen to the mix. Okay, so that's another cracking unit. You wonder, that's a pretty cool little setup. So let's grab it, see if can we actually do a line like this all the time. It would be pretty cool if it can fit in like that. At the moment, it's looking pretty good. Then there can be self-sufficient little sections instead of a massively over-expanding piece. So let's have a quick look. Go with the cracking unit again. This time around, we would like to potentially tie. Well, let's just put it there and say, well, this time around, what we're doing is doing this. Okay, so with that in mind, what wants to go in where? Fuel gas needs to come in on this side. Water wants to go out. Fuel gas can. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's do that. Let's cut this guy. We'll flip it around again. And we'll flip it. See about that? Okay, so that gets fuel gas comes in here. Oxygen needs to come in here as well. Water can go out, and then oil, diesel can join. So I guess something like that. It's a nice long row of it. It'll create a lot of diesel, really. But that seems pretty reasonable to me. That seems pretty reasonable. So can we do a few of these things? Is the plan. So this guy is unloading, right? Yeah, we do need to get this to be a little bit more effective. We're out of there's a mining designation issue again, right? Why? Uncontrolled has no mining designations in the area. But what about this thing? It's not going to level this thing out for me? Let's try and have a look at this leveling designation again. So we want to level like this, right? Oh, what was the issue then? I don't know why that was an issue, but they should be able to go and work on that now. A lot of digging out that can happen over there, basically. Okay, so continue with that journey. Now, potentially, I mean, I've seen other setups where it's a little bit less like this. So let's test this out. I kind of like the idea of doing this. So let's just quickly have a look. So if we check this, right? So we have fuel gas coming in. We also have oxygen and nitrogen. Hydrogen. Oxygen and hydrogen. And then we also have water coming out over here. So I guess this is about as clean a setup as we can get, because it's just like one piece, right? So we'll just have to work out how much steam we need for this guy, and then basically run it from there. Let's pause it for a second while we quickly look at this. So what I want to do is, obviously, we want to tie that one in, get it into place there. That's our diesel. We want to... So forget about this. We want to go down a level. Oh, sorry, down a level. Too close to another connector. Ooh. Okay, so we actually need to... Sorry, let's move it a little bit further away then. Okay, so grab me this guy. And we move it over one more. Okay, so now, and we'll start with this one on this side this time. We basically want to... Nope. Basically want to start up at level 2, and we want to tie in over there. Okay, so fuel gas is going in there now. We'll extend this a little bit longer, and we'll tie in diesel over here. We're not taking steam at all here, but we are putting some aerators in here. So we need an aerator to do something. What can we do with hydrogen at the moment? Let's have a quick look. Hydrogen. Just want to see. So if we look at hydrogen, consumption of hydrogen, we can flare it. We can use it in a cracking unit with heavy oil to create more diesel and fuel gas. I guess because these processes gets a little iffy, we start running into some problems. How much hydrogen are we actively producing from this process? Only 8. So this is starting to become really challenging for us to do. So flaring it might be our best bet. A chemical plant with nitrogen can give us ammonia. Okay, so that can give us ammonia, which I guess is used in fertilizers. Yeah, fertilizers. So the fertilizer process can get that. So for the time being, but hydrogen by itself is flammable, but we can flare it, okay? And then we can have an aerator. Let's just have a quick look at the aerator or the air separator. The air separator gives us 36 and nitrogen. It does make me wonder whether we run a bit of an air... if we do something like this, right? Actually, if we do something like that. Okay, let's just do that for the time being. We can run it straight into there. We'll probably need a couple of things. Okay, so we might run it straight into there. And then let's quickly go back to the ammonia thing. Ammonia. So we want to create ammonia. So we'll do hydrogen plus nitrogen to do this and in a chemical plant. So give me a chemical plant, please. Let's have a quick look at grabbing a chemical plant. I guess our numbers aren't going to line up one by one. Because we're adding all of these processes in here, our numbers aren't going to line up. So we're going to have to do multiples of these to then get to that point. So I guess maybe up to here is where we stop it, right? What does this give us? 24, and that gives us, that's 36. Okay. So that one out, this one out. I guess in my mind, that is then the unit, right? Because we're gonna have a 24 into a 24. Oh, no. It did give us 36. Okay, so it is actually a 1-to-1 ratio then. Okay, hang on. Let's redo that. Give me the copy tool. Let's redo that. We want it over here. Right? And we'll say set recipe, remove that one, but instead do this one because it is 36 and I think the air separator is fine. So I think, yes, this is the one. Okay. So we'll leave that there. So this will actually work. So it is a 1-to-1 ratio. So this does work, right? Okay. Takes a lot of thinking. Kind of make sure we're getting all of this stuff right. No. Don't do that. Do that. Yeah. And upper level. No, upper level. And do that. And then whether we need them exactly like this is a bit of a debatable item. Give me a level like that and down and R and okay, tie that one in. Okay, beautiful. Now we need an air separator. So we need a flare potentially for the hydrogen for the time being. So what we'll do is we'll get a pipe thing, pipe balancer, or a pipe balancer. All right, so if we do that, okay, that gives us the hydrogen. Hydrogen is to be flared, right? So we need a flare. Okay, we'll pop the flare in there for the hydrogen. Okay, so if we want to, if at some point run it out, we can run it out. Okay, and then we need the air separator. Okay, so we go back to the air separator. I'm going to push this one right in here. This one is producing 36. This one wants 18. So we'll do that, right? And then we can also look at a chemical plant. So let's quickly have a quick look at the chemical plant derivatives. The chemical plant can take hydrogen and nitrogen and create ammonia. Okay. If I pop that in there, right, and we say hydrogen and nitrogen into ammonia. Okay, so let's cut it and flip it around. Let's do that again. So let's cut it, bring it a little bit closer. Can we flip it? Still only wants to do that, right? So what we'll do is we'll do, we'll do that. And we'll also do that, right? So that gives us the ability to create ammonia. It gives us the ability to create ammonia. And I guess we're going to kind of have to leave it there. Let's just have a quick look. Is that the end of this process? We still have water coming out. We still need to put steam in there. We obviously will get that. That's not a problem. This one can, prioritize this side. What can we do with ammonia? Ammonia. So if we wanted to go to ammonia, consumption of ammonia, we can either just vent it, which is obviously not what we want to do. We can use it with the other 18 and create this stuff. Fertilizer 1. And fertilizer 1 can be used with limestone and sulfur to create fertilizer 2. If we go back to this process here, so 18, I think we're going to have the 18. So how much are we creating this? This is only going to create us, increases machine power usage by the displayed multiplier. Okay, so maybe it's not the ideal way to set it up one by one like this, right? So maybe what we'll do is we'll set it up to this point. I think up to this point, right? Because this point is pretty easy and we only have fuel gas and then naphtha in there, and then we can do a separate process from there. So I think it was interesting to have a look at this, but in reality, we're going to want to do, we're going to want to end it something like this, right? And we'll be able to flare it. So I guess what others have done is they've ended it over there, and then we have naphtha to deal with, right? Because this is bringing out naphtha. So maybe we just do that then, because everybody else seems to be doing that. And we'll just run these so that we can add more and more and more of them. Yeah, so something like that, maybe. But it does feel like this is a direct process that we can just as well start. Okay, so it's been a long one, and we haven't really achieved all that much, to be honest. I do think our food is holding. We might want to up our numbers here and get the extra one in place. But all of this has been built, so things are looking pretty useful over here. Everybody seems to be quite happy. We've got lots of workers available. We're cleaning up some stuff fairly quickly. Can we? So we are trying to empty these out, but they're not quite emptying out. So let's have a quick look. Where do they need to be going? They need to be going in here, but I don't think we can actually get our vehicles in here. Yeah, so it'll be a slow burn to get them in there. Trucks import only belts. Okay, so trucks can import directly over here. So please come and import directly to those items so that we keep doing that. Oh, it's not going to work. They don't use that. Okay. So they don't use that. So we just need to import them directly into here. Yeah, so that's basically the issue. Okay, so what I think we should do is maybe what we'll do is we'll get ourselves another little storage facility just so we can try and open that one up a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll tie this one in at the bottom there, and this will be lab equipment, right? And what we'll do is we will activate that for us. And what we'll try and do is we'll try and fill this one up once it's ready. And then hopefully that will feed in so that we slow down all of the other processes, but we empty out these guys a little bit more quickly and effectively. Similarly, probably with the vehicle parts one, but that's, pretty well loaded, to be honest. Where are our vehicle parts one coming from? Oh, from over here. Yeah, well, we can't really do much more than that. Okay, so hopefully we're clearing these out just a little bit so we can keep moving on these things. Okay, guys, in the next episode, we'll continue this refinery process. It's a little bit more complex than originally expected. But we'll do a kind of a test variant of it. These guys should be digging. We'll do a test variant of it and we'll give it a go. Give it a go in the next time. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. If you've got some comments, please leave them down below. Bye-bye.